What's going on, Ronan? In this video, we're talking about the launch notes for New World, releasing today in a couple of minutes as I record this. Let's go ahead and go over these release launch notes. There's not really a lot of them. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't include more things into these notes, but we're going to go ahead and check these out anyway. So, first thing we're starting off with is World Experience. It says, World. Fix the following to respawn rates for named AI that are required for quest completion. Master Henry, Geist Maliko, and Pastor Walsh. For Quest, they fixed a bug that caused completing certain side quests could block players from being able to advance the quest corruption encroaching. They addressed an issue where by resetting the ritual quest, players would lose the heart gem needed to complete the quest. Well, that's unfortunate. They updated Barkimedes' quest to address an issue where players could leave mid-expedition and stockpile quest items for extra quest turn-ins. So that kind of weird. That kind of sucks. I can see why somebody was getting really ahead if they were doing that exploit. I was wondering how people leveled up so fast. That's probably one of the ways. Unlock the main story quest after the Depths expedition. The main story will now take players all the way to Shattered Mountain. Alright, nice. I didn't know that the quest actually ended after the Depths expedition, but this is pretty interesting. Various VO and text fixes and tweaks. So this is right here, the second one I just said, is actually one of the main things. Something that's being added to the game that people didn't know about in beta or previously, that there was actually main story quest after the Depths expedition because they had them locked. And I'm sure there's probably a lot more things that are unlocked too. For tech, they fixed an issue in the Windsward Soul Survivor quest where sometimes the quest would not update when approaching the Watcher. And they fixed an issue causing hapless howl animations to not play correctly. In the AI, there's some notable bug fixes. They fixed multiple bugs preventing AI from properly leashing or spawning in invalid areas. For combat, they fixed an issue that caused players to become permanently stuck in the exhausted state. That will suck when trying to fight somebody who's just exhausted. Walking. That's how they walk when they're exhausted. Speed hack prevention added. Oh man, people were speed hacking too in the online MMO. That's rough. Fixed an issue that caused warrior or ward to get stuck in the setup phase. Fixed an issue that allowed players to receive PvP rewards from duels by drowning after the duel is complete. That's a very specific way to get PvP rewards. Fixed an issue that caused PvP flag to stay active in sanctuaries if the player dodge roll across the border. I knew somebody was going to figure that out, how to fight somebody inside of a town. Fixed an issue that caused the Ice Refresh perk from the Ice Gauntlet to activate from abilities other than the Mighty Spike ability. And the PvP damage scale adjusted to lessen the gap between high and low level players. Economy progression rewards, notable bug fixes. Fixed an issue that allowed players to use the item hotbar to duplicate items. Fixed an issue that caused T4 and T5 Azoth staffs to be unavailable. Fixed an exploit where a war declaration mechanic could be used to duplicate coin. What? There are duplication. There's two things. The item hotbar to duplicate items and duplicating coin. That's wild. They were actually duplication hacks in the game when it's a MMO. That should be something that I never seen before. I would have thought they would have had those actually, squashed out or thought about ahead of time to see if it was possible. Oh, I wonder if there's any other dupe tricks in here that that they haven't found yet that people know about. Fixed an issue that caused a player's PvP reward value to not reset if they respawn at a camp. They were really rushing when they wrote some of these because reading that doesn't make sense out loud. But I fixed it. So PvP reward value did not reset if they respawned at camp. That's unfortunate. Adjusted the recall function and the game menu to enable players to recall to the watchtower of the beach they started at, and after binding to an inn, the recall function will return players to that inn. So if somebody didn't bind at an inn, then when they hit recall, they would just go back to the beach or the watchtower at the beach. That makes sense. Streamer mode, UX, UI, social. We added a new streamer mode that will allow streamers and players to hide notifications and avoid interaction with other players to improve their overall experience while playing the game. Players can turn on streamer mode in the following ways: /commands in chat, like /busy or /DND, and the new social tab in the settings menu. For some polish and new additions, they reduced the number of days a governor has to be absent before a console automatically replaces from 30 to 15 days. The VoIP is now disabled for the first 3 hours after character creation to limit poor voice behavior, and activated Twitch Spotlight and Twitch Sub Army features. So it's kind of like so you just don't start yelling crazy stuff, they deactivated being able to talk for 3 hours after you create a character. That's wild. 3 hours is a long time. Notable bug fixes. Fix an exploit that allowed players to take PvP missions without being flagged via exploiting dueling. Wow, so somebody would just somebody would just get into a duel with like their friends or whatever, and then they would just run the PvP mission, but at the same time they wouldn't be able to be attacked by other players because they weren't officially in PvP. That was a clever way to get around that, but they fixed it. Fixed an exploit that allowed companies to be able to repeatedly declare war during the invasion lockout period, but before the invasion was scheduled, to duplicate coin from the refunded war declaration cost. All right, so when you declare war, you got to spend money, and I guess companies can just they were just canceling the war, like when the invasion happens, the war doesn't happen because there's an invasion going on. So they will just keep getting money back from that. That also makes sense to how so many companies were so wealthy so early on. So I wonder if there's any more notes that are going to appear from there, because my understanding there were supposed to be some new weapons being added that they mentioned, like a broadsword and a new glove. And I think those were like officially mentioned. They could have been part of the leaks that were happening. They're supposed to come later on, but we'll have to see. These were really short patch notes. I kind of expected more in the launch, like they were still holding back more. I didn't think they had everything that you can do in the game. One of the only new things I've seen here was the main scenario quest being added on, so it goes a little bit further, being unlocked. But that's all. Those are the release notes for New World. If you guys are excited to play, we know there's going to be all kind of server issues and things like that. So get your day set up, get your week set up to be able to jump in here and play the game when you can. Don't stress too much about it. If you can't jump in day one of the things I found was pretty interesting is that your name might possibly be taken because they have the names locked worldwide. So hopefully you'll be able to get in there and get your name. Hopefully I'll be able to get in there and get my name. But until then, guys, I will see you guys in Aeternum. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.